keeping the bow stable. He let the iron-tipped arrow fly. It split the air like a black laser beam and pierced Nayana's gullet. The monster lurched to the ground, bile-coloured blood pumping from the wound, momentum tumbling it forward. The others screamed their fury and charged him, but Delian was already gone, racing for the other side of the avenue and the tangle of creepers skirting the skyscraper. Dappled darkness closed around him, and the rough leaves clung to his bulky, bulletproof vest, slowing his flight. His boots crunched the fronds beneath his feet as he headed for cover behind the skyscraper's entrance portico. Behind him, the Nayana were calling to one another, their stark twig drum rattle reverberating across the plaza. He reached the portico and crouched down. His breathing was heavy in his ears, heart pounding as he waited, but nothing attacked him. He eased his metal helmet up a fraction and snuck a quick glance around the wall. 2 of the Nayana were stalking along his side of the plaza, with 3 more scouring the buildings beyond the central fountain pond. Delian gripped his assault rifle tightly and slowly moved clear of the portico, dependent on just a few wispy vines to shield him from the aliens. He brought the muzzle up and opened fire in a blaze of flame and thunderous noise. Recoil hammered into his shoulder, but he kept his aim steady and watched the slugs tear a line through the first Nayana's flesh. The one behind it hesitated, as if cowed by the violence. Then it pulled what looked like a bazooka out of its harness. "Fucking saints!" Delian yelled. He sprinted forward, firing as he went, spraying bullets in the general direction of the second Nayana. The creature fired its weapon, and the portico exploded behind him. A blast wave slammed into him, sending him sprawling. The armor suit's reactive carapace absorbed the brunt of the force, while he curled up to roll through the impact. Adaptive musculature brought him back up to his feet fast, and sensor graphics swept across his optic, tracking enemy targets. The micro-missile launch pod snapped up out of his backpack, ready for acquisition data. 4 Nayana were powering into the plaza, wearing grey carbon exoskeletons with multiple weapon attachments. Electronic warfare systems went active, blitzing the plaza in a digital haze. Delian was about to fire his missiles when the sky overhead began to brighten. His sensor view flipped to vertical. High above, a brilliant golden fireball was punching down through the atmosphere, a rigid amber pillar of overheated air stretching out behind it. He took an instinctive step backward as the fireball seemed to accelerate. Its radiance flooded the plaza, turning his vision monochrome. "Oh, crap." He turned to run. The fireball struck the fountain, and light detonated out, overwhelming everything. Delian blinked the glare away and stared through the high fence that guarded the perimeter of the Emerli estate. 25 kilometers away, on the other side of the jungle-clad valley, Ephrata shone like the sun, every building gleaming as if it contained a solar flare. He shrugged and jogged on toward the sports field where his year group should be waiting. They were due to play a soccer match against the Ansaru clan that afternoon. Personally, Delian couldn't wait another 8 months until they all reached their 10th birthday, when Alexandra had promised him that they could start training in the orbital arena. He just loved the idea of them flying around in zero-G, somersaulting in slow-mo, bouncing off walls to soar like a bird. A locac screeched out its hunting cry. Delian stopped again, scanning the fence. That had sounded very close. "There's nothing there, you know." He spun around to see Yarella standing behind him. But this Yarella was fully grown, easily twice his height, and she didn't have hair anymore. Even so, she was wearing a t-shirt and sports shorts, just like him. Yarella always did join the boys on the pitch to play their games, unlike Tiliana and Elise. He gawped at her for a moment. Somehow this older Yarella was even more captivating than the one he knew, although he knew this one as well. "I don't understand." "Then what was that sound?" he asked, smug that he'd outsmarted her, of all people. "A memory." She went down on her knees, putting her big head level with his, and held both hands toward him. "Do you trust me, Del?" Outside the fence, A whole chorus of low